Okay, so this is the week 11. So the homework part, please review your own homework and do the wrong one at your own notebook. All right. So still, if you still have questions, leave me a note or ask your parents help you. All right. So this week we move to the new topics. This new topic, we have two of new topics today we need to talk. One is we try to find some actually real problems, need to use the linear equation system to get the solutions, right? So let's move on this one first. So let's see some examples. Oh, before I move to actually examples, actually I got one question from one student ask me this. Say, earlier we talked about two dots. The two dots distance of the two. So let's say let's x y coordinate system, right? So you have one dot here, x1 y1, another dot here, x2 y2. So you try to say like this one, you build relationship here. So the distance here is x1 minus x2, right? And this part is y1 minus y2, right? So why, this question is why the distance here equals like this? Why like that? So how you got this one? Actually, very good question. I don't know who is, I forgot the name, but that's very good question. Very question to this one. Why you know these two, you can get this one, this side. This is right triangle, all right? So let's go back to see this geometry, right? So let's graphing like this way. So this is A, this is B, this is C, right? So this is like geometry, right triangle. One side is A, one side is B, and one side is C. Just the question here is why C equals these two sides, this right triangle, this side and this side, square and square root of them. Actually, both sides square. Actually, the question is why A square plus B square equals C square. The question actually is asked this one, right? All right. So I give you two methods here. We can get two methods here. First, let's consider this one. Let's consider this C. C square. Do you know C square means? C square means is C right triangle the square, right? The area of the C square means square the side of C, right? Okay, so we put additional graphing here. All right, this is C, this is A and B. So we can consider this is the side. This is the side. All right, so we can do like this. Another graphing. So this is A, and this side is B. Right? So we can base on this side. We can base this is C, and this is A, and this is B. We can put it another. Here is A, here is B, here is C. Right triangle. Right? We can graph another one. Additional one. Okay, additional one. Let me use the different colors. We can graph another one here. So this is C, this is A, this is B, right? So the distance from here to here is what? Here is B, right? So here is B, here's A, so you take A, so here is B minus A. So this inside this triangle is B minus A. So you can see these big squares, the area is C square, right? C square. C square made of what? Made of this small, tiny square. So B minus A, right? The size of this square is B minus A square. Plus this triangle. Four of this triangle. Each triangle area is A times B, right? A times B, half of them. And 4 triangle, right? Is it 4 triangle? So 4 times this triangle. So you got what? So can you guys do this one? So if this one is B squared minus A squared plus minus 2AB, right? This one got here, right? And what about this part? Here, this part equal 2AB, right? So here means 0, right? So you cross this out. So here you got a C squared equal, right? So that's one of the way we prove it quickly. So that's why when you know this one side and this side, we can get this side. So you know this side, you know this side, we can get this side. So this side distance equal this square plus this square and square root of them. That's why C equals square root A square plus B square. So A equal X minus X1 minus X2, B is Y1 minus Y2, right? So you got this one. So this is a quick way. You definitely, there's another many way to prove this one. It's called proof. You can prove this process. Okay. All right. So this is basically, actually there's many methods. You can search online, YouTube, whatever, you can quickly get this one. All right. So let's move for our actually new topics today. You guys got it? Let me go back a little bit. Move here. Save, please save this one. Save the screen, you can find it out. All right, so let's move on. Actually, questions. See this one. We solve some real problems with the linear equation system. Okay, so let's see this example. All right. A circuit show, let's say a show, we'll just say a show, is performing locally. The admission for adults and 2 children totally is 374. So while admission for 2 adults and 3 children is 285. So the question is, what's the price for adult? We don't know. What's the price for kids? We don't know. We said why. All right. So we can build up the equation. Here is 4 adults, right? Plus 2 children, you got $374. All right. Second one, 2 adults and 3 kids, you got a 285. Right? So it's a build equation. Build this linear line, build this linear line. So we can get the solutions out of here. Use our methods. So we can 2 times here, right? So it means 2 times both sides. So you got a 4x plus 6y equal, here is what? $570, right? So here is 1, here is 2. So 2 minus 1, bottom minus top, bottom minus top. So bottom minus top, here x got 0, so y got, you got a 4y, right? Here you got what? You got a 7, 7. So if you got a listen with 200, so you got a 196, right? So y equal what? $49. So one kids actually spend $49 by x. So x equals what? 285 minus 3 times $49 divided 2. Right? So you can get your solutions quickly out of there. So here is 147. So you can quickly get out of here is 8 and 3 1/2 equals $69. Right? So adult is $69. And kids need $49 per person, each person, right? Each person. All right, so we get 2 questions, answer quickly. All right, let's see next. See, suppose a special rate of $1,000 is offered for groups of 20 persons. So they give the special rate is $1,000 for 20 persons. Should a group of 4 adults and 16 children group use the group rate? Why or why not? So it means less $1,000. The other group is 6 adults. 6 adults, so it means 6x. 16 kids, so 60y. So we need to find out which one is better, is cheaper, right? If you use the group rate, or if you buy actually ticket, if you buy actual ticket, you pay this much. If you put a spec group, you need to just spend $1,000. So if this part actually ticket is over $1,000, we like to use the group rate, right? If they are less than $1,000, we like to use actually ticket, right? That's a great question to you guys. You have a group with your friends and some parents and maybe teacher work together to go this kind of concert, show. So you like to save money, right? Everyone likes to save money. So you need to check this one. So right now, actually, so we needed to know how much actually spend here. So 6 times 49. Oh no, 69. Adult is 69, right? And 16 times 49. All right, so suppose it is 70. Here is 420 minus 6. Okay, so here suppose 50. So 50 is $800, right? Minus 16. So totally cost is what? Totally cost. Do you know, quick calculation here? If $70, here is 42, you minus 6, right? If you $50, you got $800. 16 I here, you got 800 minus 16. So you got a 1,020 and 200, $1,220 minus $22. Actually, this one totally cost would be $1,198. If you buy actually ticket, you need to spend $1,198, right? But if you buy group ticket, you want $1,000. So this one is bigger. This part is spent much more than the group rate. So of course we will use it, right? Right. Okay, so easy understanding, right? Easy understanding. Anyone has questions to hear? I didn't hear anything, so I will move on. All right, let's see this second one, a little bit easier one. Find rates. Let's see what's the question here first. All right, see the question. As part of exercise program, Albert, a person, right, and Louis start walking each morning. They lived 15 miles. So one lived here, one lived here. The distance here is 15 miles. And then they decide to meet one day by walking forward one another. So it's one move this way, one move this way. Try to move and meet somewhere in between. After 2 hours, they met. They meet here. So one work here, one work here. So meet somewhere in the middle. If Louis walk 1 mile per hour faster than Albert. So if you Albert, so Albert, suppose their rate is X. So the Louis will be X is Y, right? So Y equal X plus 1, right? Because Y is just Louis actually work faster than Albert, 1 hour, 1 mile per hour. So you can get the first one. Second one is they take a 2 hour met each other. So this one, so suppose here is Louis, suppose here is Albert. 2 hours, they walk to this distance. How much? They got work 2x, right? Louis here worked 2y, right? They met at the middle. So it means 2x plus 2y. The total will be 15 miles. So we can build these kinds of linear equations quickly out of here. So we need to find x and y, right? Okay, so quick way we can use the substitution method since this is y equal something there. So we can substitute this one with here. So 2x plus 2 times x plus 1 equal 15. So you got a 4x plus 2 equal 15. So 4x equals 13. X equals 13 over 4. You also can write this is 3 miles per hour. Right? So y is equal 1 miles more than this one. So this one plus 1. So you can get a 4.25 miles per hour. Right? So you can get x, y to find the solutions. That's the easy one, right? Anyone can do this easily, it should be. Okay, let's move a little bit more examples. Okay, let me save one screen before I move on. Sorry for that one. So move back a little bit, save one screen. All right, let's move this one. All right, so find the amounts of solutions. Let's see what's the actual questions. So when do these kinds of questions, I suggest is read this question twice. So make sure you're well understanding here. All right, let's do it first. Eric Daly, a chemistry teaching assistant, need 10 liters of 20% saline solutions. They need 10 liters, need 20% saline solutions. Saline solution is like salt water. All right, so it's salt plus water. 20%. 20% is the concentration at the classes. At these classes. Unfortunately, the only mixture on hand are they have 5% saline solutions. Another one is 25% saline solutions. All right, so they need at least so much, but they have this one and this one, not exactly 20%, right? How much of each solution should be mixed to produce 20% solution? So the question is, they need to get this one, right? So right now we want to mix how much mix together, you get this one. All right, so we say we get the x from here, we get a y over here. So what's the relationship between x, y? Excuse me. So actually the inside, when making the solution concentration change, And finally, concentration became 20%, right? So, okay. So if you mix X plus Y and totally became 10 liters, right? So you got X liter, got Y liter from here. You finally mix became 10 liter. You build X, one of the equation. Second one is 5% of this X, this is the salt inside, right? And 25%, this is second salt inside. Exactly equal 10 liter, 20% salt. Just the salt from here and salt from here and equal this part. So the volume XY is 10 and the salt inside is this much. So we can build this kind of equation. All right, so we can quickly do this kinds of we first actually try to build this linear equation system first. We need to find out which part actually the same. Something like you made X liter, Y liter, you finally get 10 liter, right? And the salt from here is 5% of X salt and 25% of Y salt. And finally will be here, this one, 20% of 10 times 10. All right, so we do proper transform here. That's the P proper transform. So this part, we can time 100, right? So became 5X plus 25Y equal 2000. I mean, not 2000, 200, right? All right, so we can divide 5 first. Divide 5. So here became X, here became 5Y, here became 40, right? So here is equation 1, here is equation 2. We can build this equation, right? So 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, left minus this L2 minus L1, so became what? X disappeared. So here became 4Y, right? This one minus here equal 30. So Y equal what? Y became 7.5. So X easily got 2.5. Right? So here 7.5, 10. So you could get X is 7.5. Right? So you got it. Find the solutions. 2.5, 7.5. So here it means you got 2.5 liter out of here. You got 7.5 liter out of here. You can mix them together. You can got the volume is exactly 10 liter, and the solution will be changed to 20%. Just like dilute this one with a little bit this sort of concentration, and you got this part, right? Right. So most critical, actually, we needed to read through this part and find out what they ask and build this linear system. All right. So let's move down a little bit more. Okay. So for that part, the actually problem is we needed to understand the question and build the equations. Right. Let's move a little bit more about linear inequality. Before we move our linear equality, actually we learn how to graphing linear line, right? Linear straight line. Linear straight line equal what? You always can write a slope y-intercept format. Also, you can use the standard format. Standard format can transform back to the slope y-intercept format. Unless some special situation called vertical line, and horizontal line, right? Horizontal line. So we can graph in this one here, anyone, right? So you know the slope, you know the y-intercept, you can graph anyone of it. All right, so what this means? What this means something like let's graph this one. So it means each of the dot, each of the pick any dot, they have the x, y, right? So x, x1, y1. they can match this situation. So it means y1 equal x by any dot of this line, match this equation. Right, match this equation. All right. So right now we change. We say we find another dot. They are greater than this one. If you find any dot, they are greater. I need they are greater than this one. I need a dot is greater, bigger. Suppose this you find a dot here. You can match here this situation, right? You match this one. Any dot here, match this line. So it means here. So if you find this dot, you can find right in this part here means what? It means if you put x1 right here, actually you got a y1, right? This one equal y1. If you pick this dot, this is y1. So y1. So this y, if they are equal y1, they will equal this here together, right? Just like this one, they match this. If you pick this dot, they match this station, you got a y1. You match this station, you got a y1. So y equal y1. So they will equal each other. They are not greater. This one not greater than y1. They exactly match. That's this situation. Any dot on this line, match this equation. All right, so I pick another dot exactly above here. Here I say x1. X is the same, right? So I say y2. Okay, so another dot here. They are x XR is the same. Y is different, bigger on top of it. So y2 actually greater than y1, right? Okay, so I see this dot. Okay, so this is y2, y equal y2, right? What about this one? mx1 plus b. This one equal y1. y2 greater than y1, right? y2 greater than. So it means this dot, or any dot above this dot, can match this situation, right? So any dot on top of here can match this station. Any dot below this dot will be making less than this station. So it means any dot above this line, above this line is greater than this line, right? So the area, so any dot in this area, any dot above this area, you pick any dot, we can make this make sense, make y greater than mx plus b. So they are all can match this situation, right? So when someone asks you, say, okay, I need to find a dot can match this. So it means you need to find out this one. This one actually is the line here. It's like actually we find y equal mx plus b. Actually is their borderline, right? Like their borderline. Any dot above this borderline, they will match this station. So we need to see, okay, this area is what I want. So this area actually is any dot in this area is greater than here, right? So any dot below this line, there will be y less than mx plus b. Any dot will be less than here. So all right, so we talk about this one. So we're talking about y greater than the line is above line. Y less than this one is below this one. That's well understanding, right? Okay, let's see one example here, since we talk about this one. Let's see this example. Y equal x plus 7. So let's change back. We change into x plus 7. We find this line. Everyone can graph in this line, right? 7 is right here, 0, 7, negative 7, 0. So we can graph in this one. We can graph this one, right? All right. So they need to know is y greater than this one. So you need to find actually the area is actually is above this area. Above this area will be met. Delay including this borderline? No, they are not, right? They are not. So you have to change this one because they are not including. So keep this in mind. We do not use the borderline. So I needed to get rid of here first. So I need to use the what? Dash line. They are not including, we use the dash line. All right. So they are not including the borderline. We call this one is the borderline. Borderline. Sometimes people also call edge line. Edge line. They are not including. Let's not equal here, all right? Let's no equal here. So you here use the dash line. So someone if I ask you, say y greater or equal x plus 7. So we need to make this solid line. We need a solid line. We need a solid line here. We change to solid line, right? So when they have equals, use the solid borderline. Solid borderline or edge line. When they are not have equation, you use the dash line. All right. Okay, so this is the first one. So it means you need to describe this shadow area. This shadow area is what we want. And also describe they are including borderline or not. All right. If they are not equal, they use the dash line. If they are including, use the solid line, solid dash line. All right, let's see the second one. Let's see second one. All right, so this part, actually this one say x plus y less than equal 7. We change to x plus y equals 7. So actually y equal negative x plus 7. All right, so we graph this line first. So they pass 0, 7, pass 7, 0. So all right, so you can see this one is including, so we can use the solid line first. All right, solid line, they pass through this dot and pass this dot. Okay, so we do proper transform. Before we do proper transform, we need to see this one. We need to see here first. So x plus y less than 7. Be careful about this one. So you keep a y less than negative 7 plus 7. Negative x plus 7, right? So actually they're looking for is y less than this one. So it means under this line. So actually they are looking for this area, this shadow area. I'll ask mommy help you. So they're including this board edge line, no use solid line, right? So the description of this one is like this way, including this dash line, including this borderline and the bottom part area. Any dot in this area met this situation, right? All right, so let's go third examples. All right, so let's do proper transform here first. So 2x minus 5y less than negative 1. So negative 5y less than 2x, negative 2x minus 1, right? All right, careful. When both sides divide a negative number, do you know what negative number, what happens? Change alligator mouth, right? Did you still remember, guys? With both sides divided negative 5, change alligator mouth. So actually it became like this. All right, so we consider y equal, we try to find their edge line first. It's this one. So they pass 0, 1/5, right? Pass this one. They pass 5. When they 5, it's 2.5 2 point here. 5 is right here, 2 point, they pass this dot, right? So when you do graphing, you can see this one actually is not including equal, so we have to use dash line, right? So use dash line. Okay, use a dash line. So this line is equal what? Right? So here is greater or equal. I'm sorry. Here, let's no equal here. What I get this equal. Sorry for that. So this is dash line, and this borderline is this one, and y greater than this one. So it means y a top part. Greater means top part. The top part. So y greater 5x plus, or you can say this one is this area. So how you check them, this area is correct or not? We pick a special dot. All right. So something like here, we pick a special dot. We say 0, 10. We pick this 0, 0, 10. We check this one. Put it right this equation. All right. If they should be met this situation, right? Okay. So 0, 10. So 2x is 0, right? Y is 10. What about this one? Compare this one. Did it make sense? Is there make sense? So here is 2 times 0. So here is negative 50. Here is negative 1. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. So here should be included in their description. So we can check it. Or you can check this one. 0, 0. 0, 0 should be not included in their shadow. Let's put 0, 0. 0, 0, the left part was 0. The right part negative 1. So greater. So not including 0, 0. No, not including the orange line. Right? So would be this one. Makes sense. Makes sense. So should be this one, this area is dash line on the edge. Right, let's see the last two examples. Special situation. That's critical. All right, so see this one. Y equal greater equal negative 5. So y with first we change y equal 5. When the y equal 5, there is horizontal line, right? Like this. Y equal 5, horizontal line. Y equal 5. So y greater or equal, so it means this is edge line should be solid. Y greater or equal, so it's the top part. Top part here. So this shadow, including this edge. Excuse me. Right? If there's a y less than 5, should be bottom part. All right. So let's see this one. First, we change it to x equals 6. So this is a vertical line, right? A equals 6 is right here. So this is vertical line, right? So x equals 6. X less than 6, so it's their left part, right? Left part. So it should be this area. This area is what actually is needed. Did they include in the edge line? Nope. So we have to erase this part, change into the dash line. Dash line. They're not including the right part, right? That's it. Okay, so that's all. So keep important in mind is find first step, find how to graphing this one. First step is find their borderline, change equation. This is inequality to equation. Change inequality to equation. Like this one, this one, this one, this one. Change to their equation. All right. And this is the borderline. So if you graph this one, is their edge line. Borderline or their edge line. And then find out which part. If let's say line was find out, you need to find out is there this part or this part, right? So you need to judge. Judge which part is belongs to. If they are greater, you need to change into like this. If y greater than this part is above, if y less than this part is below. But you need to confirm it. Please confirm it. Judge which part is the actually described. Pick one of the data. Pick one dot, one spot to check it. And the third one, try to find the edge line is included or not. If they are included, you need to use the solid line. If they are not included, you use the dashed line. That's it. That's it. Right? It's easy, right? It's easy. All right. That's all for today. I think over time, 20 minutes, 60 minutes. It's fine. Okay. All right. That's all for today. Any questions? You can leave it now if you know questions. Have a good day.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next
Thank
week.
you.